Let's talk for 30. Where you at on your journey? Tell me what you learning. What's your line of business? How you make your earnings? Do you give back to your city or educate the ones that listen? Time to show them how to get it. Give the people what they missing. Let's talk for 30. Let's talk for 30. Let's talk for 30. Let's talk for 30. What's your line of business? How you make your earnings? Let's talk for 30. Drina.
Welcome to Talk for 30, a platform for individuals to share their life stories, passions, and journeys with us. Today, I am honored to have Bella here with me. Bella, tell everybody who you are and what it is that you do.
Hi, I am Bella Bruce. Oh, first, thank you for having me. I am Bella Bruce, and I am co-founder of W.L.J. Angel Gowns. So what we do is we provide service and comfort during one of the most harrowing times, I guess would be a word, of a family's life. What we do is we take donated wedding gowns and formal dresses and we transform them into angel gowns and angel wraps for babies who pass during any gestational loss of a pregnancy up into a newborn size. And we never say 40 weeks because, like we were talking earlier with our NICU babies, we never want to leave them out.
Right.
So we make sure we can accommodate any gestational loss of a pregnancy. And we do this all in memory of my grandson, who we lost July 2nd, 7 years ago at birth.
Wow. What was the inspiration behind the name for your organization?
It would be Wyatt. We found out at 20 weeks, unfortunately, he had a fatal diagnosis, but we chose to carry for as long as God would allow. And we wanted to make sure that his memory lived on in some manner. And this just seemed appropriate because we're able to help other families just like my daughter and myself and help them through a time that no parent should ever have to go through.
Right. It's got to be hard. So Wyatt was your daughter's son?
Correct.
Okay.
We had him at 30 weeks. Okay. He lived for 2 hours and 10 minutes.
2 hours.
Just 2 hours. And we weren't even guaranteed that.
What is the mission behind W.L.J. Angel Gowns?
The mission behind W.L.J. Angel Gowns is to provide that service and comfort that we didn't have. When we found out about Wyatt's condition, we had no one to talk to, we had no one to turn to. I had nobody that I could turn to and say, hey, how do I navigate this? How do I help my daughter? Because I don't know. My daughter had no one to say, hey, how do I navigate this? What do I do? Where do we go? And we don't want another family to go through that. We've gone through it. It's not fun. It's, doing it alone is even worse. But if we can provide some kind of support to another family going through it so it's not so hard on them, then that's what we'll do. That makes everything that we do worthwhile.
So you're showing awareness. Is there a team behind your organization?
So there's myself and my daughter, and then I have two seamstresses, Miss Betty and Miss Sherry.
Okay. And how does everyone help and contribute?
Miss Betty and Miss Sherry are great. Miss Betty has been with me from the very start for 7 years. Miss Sherry's been with me about 4 years now. And essentially they sew all of the wedding gowns into the angel gowns, angel wraps, and angel buntings.
Wow. Let's talk about the Cuddle Cot that you told me about. Explain what it is and how it is utilized.
All right, so the Cuddle Cot, which is what you see here, is what I call the water bed for babies. So it's the bassinet, and in this bassinet it has a cooling mattress. And what the nurses do is they put water in that mattress, and you'll see a hose that runs from the Cuddle Cot to a little blue box. And that keeps the water circulating, keeps the water cold. So when a baby passes, their transition is much faster than that of an average adult. And in hospitals, they keep the rooms warm, so that speeds up a transition. Whereas the Cuddle Cot, when you lay the baby down, it keeps the baby cool, and that slows their transition down, so the moms have more time with their babies. This allows the mom to keep the babies in the room with them versus the nurses coming and getting them and putting them in their cooling unit.
And how long do they normally get to keep the babies and spend time with them?
That's completely up to the hospital.
Okay.
I was able to see a Cuddle Cot used back in March, and this particular mom had almost 2 days with her baby. But there again, it's completely up to the hospital. We never want two moms to need it at the same time, so I don't know how that would work should that happen. But again, it's just case by case.
Your organization has been very active in the community, and I know you donated some. Can you share who you've donated Cuddle Cots to?
We have donated two to AU, so their labor and delivery has one, and their NICU has one. So we wanted to make sure there again they didn't have to choose should they need two at the same time. We've donated one to Aiken Regional. Doctors Hospital and University Hospital each had Cuddle Cots donated by other individuals, and we have donated one to Hinesville.
Wow.
The hospital in Hinesville, which is by Fort Stewart. Let's see, that's 2, 3, 4, and then we're on Cuddle Cot number 5.
Wow, that's amazing. It's amazing. About how long does it take to create a Cuddle Cot?
The Cuddle Cots, we get as soon as we get the money. Then it takes about 2 to 3 weeks for us to get them. So what we do is once we've raised enough money to purchase one, I call Georgia hospitals to see which ones don't have a Cuddle Cot. And as soon as I find a hospital that doesn't have a Cuddle Cot, I touch base with them, and if they would accept our donation, then we work out the arrangements. I get the Cuddle Cot sent to my house. It is never opened until we get to the hospital, and then we do a presentation to the hospital at that time.
Wow, wow. Share information about the angel wraps.
So the angel wraps, we have 3 sizes, which this is our 5-inch. And then we have a 7-inch, and then we have a 10-inch. And these are going to be for your early losses. So our smallest 5-inch can be a 6, 8, 10 week loss, all the way up to 20, 23 weeks. So we make sure again that we're able to cover any gestational loss of a pregnancy. Same thing with our buntings. We have 4 different sizes of our buntings, and they're the same. So the wraps and the buntings pretty much, they do the same thing, but our smallest bunting is just a little smaller. And then we have this one. And we have this size. And then this is our largest. We don't ever want to have a mom feel like, because her baby's so small, that they don't deserve to be put in something just as well as our larger babies with our angel gowns. So instead of them being bundled up in a bunch of blankets, they can be presented to mom either in a wrap or a bunting. And then they'll have that to put in their memory box, to take pictures, or whatever it is that they want to do with it later on.
Okay, I love that. I love that. Now, do the parents request these, or is this something that the hospital requests? How does that go?
Now with the hospitals, we've donated obviously to all of our local hospitals. Whenever we do a Cuddle Cot donation, we always make sure we take a selection of wraps, gowns, and buntings, so that way that hospital has it. The moms can individually contact us.
Okay.
So we can send it to them that way. We donate to individual family-run funeral homes, so that way they have them there in case, if say the hospital doesn't have a wrap or a bunting, the funeral home will have a selection.
Okay. When you guys lost Wyatt, did you have to search for clothes, or were there resources for you, for your daughter?
There were not. Now the hospital did put him in a small cotton gown. But that's really not what we wanted. You know, we wanted a baby blue gown for him. And unfortunately, the organization I was in touch with, it didn't work out.
Okay.
So she ended up having to go, we had him on a Thursday. That Friday she spent all day trying to find something. And at 3, 9, and 15 inches, you can't find anything, you know, that small. So she had to settle for an American Girl doll gown that her aunt added some blue to. So that way we had something for him versus, you know, a resource such as this.
So it's a great thing that you have created this. You're going to bless so many people in their time of need. And you're providing resources that were not available to your daughter.
Right.
So that's a big thing. Donations are vital. I'm sure they're vital.
Right.
And you're going to need a lot of things. What are some examples of donations that can be contributed to your company?
Donation wise, honestly, you know, without the wedding gowns, we couldn't do what we do. So those are, you know, always needed. And so, you know, a lot of people don't think about it's the ribbons. We go through ribbon like crazy, the threads, the needles. It's all the findings, you know, because every wrap, every gown has ribbons of some sort, you know, appliques of some sort. For the little boy gowns, we take and we utilize, like this is our smallest gown. So this is a gown, this would have been Wyatt size. The vests are made from donated formal gowns. You know, so it's any kind of little boy appliques, you know, that we can use so far as that. Because, you know, if our seamstresses, if they need ribbon, I'll send them ribbon. If they need appliques, then I'll send them appliques. You know, whatever it is that they need, you know, we provide, you know, we provide for them. You know, so really it's just, it's the small things that nobody thinks about. It's the detergent that we wash the wedding gowns in, the baby detergent. We go through a lot of that, you know. So it's just things like that. But yeah, any formal gowns. Because what we want to make sure to do is that we're able to cover any race, religion, and ethnicity. I don't want somebody to call, you know, message me or call me and say, hey, I need a red gown, and go, I'm sorry, I don't have red in stock. I don't want a family to go, oh, well, okay, I've got every color in the rainbow. So if you want a purple gown, I got you. You want a red gown, I got you. Because we don't want any family to have to do what my daughter did and try to find something. Because the last place you want to go as a grieving family is a baby store.
Right, right.
You know, and if I can be that go-between and prevent that, then that's what we'll do.
Yes. And how could someone contact you or donate? Do you have like donation locations, P.O. Box?
So we have, if you're local to the CSRA, we have 4 drop-off locations, which is Flack Family Chiropractic in Evans. We have Posey's in North Augusta. I have Taylor Outdoor Equipment in Waynesboro. I've got somebody else. I don't remember the 4th, but I got a 4th one.
Okay.
So we have those. We do have a P.O. box if they want to send it to us. And they don't have to worry about washing it. We'll take care of that. If it's already been dry cleaned, that's fine. You know, but they don't have to make it a point to do that.
Okay. And is this information on your website?
It is on our website.
Okay. Can you share your website?
It's W.L.J.angelgowns.org.
And we'll also put that in her description as well. How has the community supported you?
The community's been great. We've, you know, definitely connected with quite a few businesses, which they're on the back of that flyer. We've listed Encore, Consignment, Boutique and Consignment, Elegant Bridals, Tiffany Blue, Boutique, Ink Boy. They do all of our printing. Martinez Auto Repair, Joy Photography, Jose Garcia LLC, CPA. So the community's been great. Good. Very supportive.
Let's talk about sponsorships. I know donations are important. Sponsorships can be important as well. Do you have sponsorship levels that people can participate in?
That is something that we're looking into.
Okay.
You know, I do a lot of behind the scenes, so I have a lot going on. So it's hard to do all of it by myself, but it's definitely something I would like to incorporate into what we do.
That would be good. Are there any services that we have not talked about thus far that you guys provide?
Well, we do provide, outside of that, donating to hospitals, family-owned funeral homes, and individual families, which I wanted to say that in the 7 years that we've been doing this, we have donated to 31 hospitals, 6 family-owned funeral homes, 6 other different nonprofit organizations or other organizations that deal with babies. So we offer memory packages, and with memory packages, especially if you have an early loss, you leave the hospital with nothing. You know, outside of a bill that comes to your house. So what we do is a family can contact us, let us know about their angel, and we'll send them a memory package. So depending on the gestational loss, we'll provide either an angel gown wrap or bunting, a crocheted blanket, and then we'll put, we've got like little hearts, we have angel ornaments or angel wings, and we'll put that in a box for them, and then we'll send it to them.
That's so nice.
Because we don't want anybody to think their early loss is any different than my loss at 30 weeks.
Right.
There's no difference.
Right.
A loss is a loss.
A loss is a loss.
And every baby should be recognized. So we do that as well.
What obstacles have you faced with starting this organization?
I'll tell you, I'll be honest, I really thought getting seamstresses would be easy. It has actually been one of the hardest things to do. And then one of the other obstacles is nobody wants to talk about infant loss. And I get that. I don't want to have to talk about it, but it's my reality. You know, and it's, if, you know, like we talked about before, if you can talk about the loss of your mother, brother, father, sister, cousin, aunt, uncle, why can't we, as angel families, talk about the loss of our babies? It's no different. The only difference is you've had years with your loved one, whereas a lot of our families, in our case, 2 hours and 10 minutes, and some didn't even have that. You know, so it's just, it's breaking that taboo. You know, don't be scared to talk to us about it, because when you don't talk about our angel, it's as if our angel never existed. You know, all of my grandchildren are just as important as the loss of baby J, baby JJ, and then of Wyatt. You know, and when you don't acknowledge that, or you just talk like, if I bring Wyatt up and you just blow past it, it's okay. If I cry, that's okay. I miss him, I love him, he should be here. And that's just like any other angel family that we have. They want you to talk about their baby. Yes, they're going to cry. Yes, they're going to get upset. That's going to be for a lifetime, but it's okay. You know, and it's just getting people to understand that it's a crappy situation, but 1 in 4 women experience a loss.
1 in 4?
1 in 4, whether it's a miscarriage, a stillbirth, which is the baby's born sleeping, or loss after birth like Wyatt. That's 1 in 4 doesn't seem like a lot, but when you're in a room with 100 women, 25 of them are angel moms. You know, and it's, you know, you want people to understand that it's reality. You know, and it's mental health. You know, mental health is huge right now, and it's okay to talk about it. Infant loss is part of that mental health. You know, so if we can talk about other issues now that we couldn't talk about years ago, let's bring infant loss into this. That plays a huge part in mental health, but nobody wants to talk about it because it's just, we're not supposed to bury our children. Our children are supposed to bury us, and I get it. But it's okay, it's reality. You know, just don't make us feel any less or any different because you have living children or living grandchildren and I don't.
Right. Right.
You know, does that make any sense?
Oh yes, definitely. Okay. No matter how old, it was life. And you know, that is something that the pain is unimaginable if you haven't been through it. What about the financial side of things? Have you had any obstacles with that?
We have a lot of financial obstacles.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good. It's if I get upset, it's okay, because I mean, I miss Wyatt. I really do. You know, and it's okay if I cry, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay if people see me cry about it.
That's right.
You know, or if I get upset, or if I have to take a minute. You know, because it like I said, it's no different than you getting upset about a family member of yours. But yeah, I'm good. But thank you.
Right.
Yeah, we have found that a lot of the grants that are out there, we don't qualify for.
Really?
Right. So it is definitely a struggle. You know, so far as funding is concerned. You know, and a lot of people, donations go toward, for lack of a better way to say it, the living. Even though the people that I service are living, I'm servicing these families who've lost their children, their babies. People tend to donate to charities that they connect with. You know, if you've lost someone to addiction, you connect that way. But if you've never lost a child or had a connection, you're not going to generally, I won't say all, generally, that's not the direction you go. You go to what's kind of hit home for you, kind of thing.
Kind of what they can relate to.
Right. You know, and we're generally low man on the totem pole. I mean, truth be known, you know, I wish we were higher, and I'm not the only organization that struggles. I get this and I know this. But so far as my experience and who we service and what we do, we have financial fundings, you know, all year long. But we make do with what we can do, and that's all I can do, is do the best I can.
And you're bringing awareness, and I think that with you bringing awareness, as much as you do, it's going to make more people connect and relate. And like you said, 1 out of 4 in a room of 100 women, that's 25. That's a lot.
And the sad thing is you may not even know that 10 of those women have had a loss, because they feel like they can't talk about their child because they have a family member that, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to hear about it. You weren't far enough along. You know, how could you be attached? You were only 6 weeks. You know, all these things that are thrown at them versus, I am so sorry. What can I do for you? What can I do to help you?
Right.
In the grand scheme of things, there's nothing anyone can do, but what you can do is, if, I'll use myself as an example, if I'm upset and I'm having a bad day, just sit beside me. Because you know what? That tells me you're willing to listen to me if I'm ready to talk. If you're with an angel mom and she's crying, sit beside her and let her know, if you need my shoulder to cry on, I'm right here. If you want to talk about your angel, I'm right here. You know, we can't take the pain away, but we can help. We can let them know, I don't understand because I've not been through it, but I'm here to walk with you through this journey, so you're not walking through it alone.
Yeah, I agree. What have been some of the benefits from starting your organization?
Oh, that's a good question. I think one of the benefits is, as weird as it sounds, these families are allowing me, a complete stranger, in to help them, to guide them. And by no means am I saying I'm a professional at any of this. Everything I've learned is literally just walking with these families, but they're allowing me to be a part of something so intimate. You know, and saying, help me with this, what do I do with that? Well, let me tell you, from what I know, what I've learned through all of this, these are some suggestions. Because I never tell them, you should do this or you should do, that's not my place. I can offer ideas and things of that nature, and how they choose to go with it is with them. But just being allowed to be a part of something so intimate for me, I mean, that's huge. And for them to know that I understand through my daughter's loss, so there is no judgment at all in anything. Where, if we're in a room of 10 people and it's 10 family members, it's not for me to judge you, because your grief and my grief are different, but we still all go through the same grieving process. We're just all on different steps and levels.
And one of the benefits I see from the outside is you are being a blessing to so many. If you think back, and this is just based off the conversation we had before we started recording, when you went through your situation with your daughter and Wyatt, and you didn't have any resources, you didn't have anyone to help you find that outfit with blue that you guys wanted for Wyatt. And think about all the people now who may have one color, pink, purple, blue, just a wish, last wish for their baby, their angel. You are the person that's giving that to them. You are a huge benefit yourself. And I hope you realize that. I want you to realize that.
I appreciate that.
You're touching so many people that, not now, but it could be 5 years from now, when they're having a moment, like you said, they're allowed to have that moment. And when they're having that moment, you're gonna come up in that moment. Because when they think about what they went through, what they were blessed with, came from you.
Our biggest thing is we don't ever want anybody to have to go through what we went through. Unfortunately, it does happen. But anything that we can do to make it a little easier, to be able to walk through that process, because we know what it's like to be going, oh my God, I got to do this and this and this, and I've only got this much time, but I want to spend time with, what do I do? Where do I go? And they're so overwhelmed over the loss. Now they've got to, find something for him or her to wear. Where do we go? And it's just like, I got you. You tell me what you want, I got you.
And they could spend time with their angel.
I was blessed, as you were saying earlier, to help a close family member in March with their loss. And it's like, tell me what you want. Boom, boom, boom. All right, tell me what you need. Boom, boom, boom. So it helped them, and I was able to talk with grandma and great-grandma and grandpa, off to the side. And I'm like, if I overstep my bounds, please tell me. This, and this, and you'll hear this, and this. And, in the end, they said it benefited them, and that's the thing. I'm just here to help you navigate this journey that now we're a part of, and a journey that none of us should ever have to go through.
Right. Wow. Is there a fee for the family members that are in need?
Absolutely not. We take care of all of the fees of shipping, whether it's, to the UK or if it's, in the United States. I have driven angel gowns to funeral homes and to individual families. That's within about an hour and a half drive. I've done that. We don't want to add an added cost to an already stressful situation.
So if you guys are in need, you know how to contact her. You just go on the website and all the information is there. And again, we will put her information in the description. Do you have a wish list of items that you would like to have? I know you mentioned earlier things that can be donated, but is there anything particular that you really are in need of right now?
We have a wish list that will be going up on our website. And there again, it's going to be just the findings, whether it's the thread, the lace, the appliques, things of that nature. And then we will be putting up a second wish list. So for Wyatt's birthday each year, with the exception of COVID, we donate new books to the Children's Hospital here in his memory. So we'll be putting up a wish list for Wyatt's birthday drive.
Okay.
So we'll
and what month is that?
June.
June. Okay. I'll definitely be donating to that. From the start of your organization to where you are now, do you feel everything has been successful?
So far, we're on track. You know, we definitely we'll be adding more services to what we offer. But I never thought when I started this out of anger, we would be where we are today. I had no idea the need of what we do and the services we provide. You know, and I'm glad that we're able to provide them. And like I said, we'll be adding more services to what we do.
Okay. And since you said that, now that you see how your services are so beneficial, have you made goals to extend your services or expand your services?
I do have a couple things in mind.
Okay.
I've definitely got to do the ins and outs. Everything that we do in the organization, I always go through my daughter, because this is Wyatt, this is her son, my grandson. So everything we do, I always say, okay, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? Coming from an angel mom herself, I don't want to do anything that's ever going to overstep my bounds. I don't ever want to do anything that's going to offend or hurt my angel families, because that is not my goal. My goal is to make things as easy as I can. So there are definitely some things in the works.
Well, I am very proud and happy about everything that you're doing. And bringing awareness to everyone. That's very important. I do feel like that if people were more aware, they can relate. And then also the people who may be experiencing things, if they saw the awareness around them, they may be open to talk.
You know, the biggest thing is I understand we don't want to go through this. I don't want anybody to ever need me.
Right.
Or W.L.J. angel gowns.
Of course.
But just know that I'm here if and when you do. If you have that family member, that, you know, distant cousin, even somebody that's a Facebook friend you've never met but she's had a loss, let me know, because I can reach out to her and say, hey, this is what we can offer. You know, when you have these losses during birth or right after, these moms are expecting to take their babies home. You know, you have an early miscarriage, these moms are walking out with nothing. They need that support. You know, they need to know that their baby mattered. And that's what I just want people to understand is we're no different. We're no different than the loss of an older family member. Treat us just like that. We're still human. We all have the same grieving process. You just may be on step 1, I'm on step 3. Tomorrow I may be on step 4. You know, it's all the same. Just don't treat us like we're different. Just respect us just like we respect you and your loss.
I'm so happy that you allowed me the opportunity to help you bring awareness, as you stated, if someone is in need.
Absolutely.
Yes. All right, we're going to ask you a couple questions, and it's going to be whether you choose this or that, okay?
Oh, gosh.
It's not bad, I promise.
Okay.
Ambition or comfort?
Can I choose both?
You would say both? Okay.
I would, because I mean, I like being my comfort level, but I'm also ambitious, which is going to push me outside of my comfort level. So it just, I think it kind of depends on the situation at hand.
Okay. What about attend an event or host an event?
Attend an event.
Okay, I agree. I'd rather go too.
Yes.
What do you do for fun or to relax at home?
Absolutely nothing.
Do you listen to music?
When I'm at home, I just like to chill. I mean, I'll have the TV on for background noise, but it generally, if I have any time, I'm working on the gowns. I have 4 grandchildren that keep me busy.
Oh, busy.
So I spend time with them. You know, so it's just really just not doing anything. I like to shoot pool.
There you go.
I don't get to do that often, but you know.
Are you good at it?
I can be some days. It's fun. It's a great way.
It looks like it.
It's a great way to let out aggression.
Okay, looks like it. What do you like to do with the grandkids? Do you guys play games?
we play games. The kids love Uno. We'll go to the trampoline park or Chick-fil-A. Just, whatever it is they want to do. Because the biggest thing is just making memories with them.
Okay, you're right. Memories are very important. Yes. If you could live someone else's life for one day, who would it be and why?
Ooh.
For one day.
One day. That's a tough one. Gosh.
Yeah, that would be tough to think about. Just one day.
Just for one day. I'd probably, this sounds crazy, be one of my grandkids. No responsibilities outside of school. Just, live carefree. Just to be able to be a kid again.
Oh, yes. I often tell my children that. No bills, no responsibilities. Just got to go to school.
And that sounds crazy, but it's like, I'm an adult. What would I want? I would just be able to go back in time and just to be a kid. If I get to sleep in, that's great. Let mom fix me something to eat. If I want to jump on the trampoline, if I want to watch cartoons. Just to be a kid. They don't have to worry about taking care of bills or people. Just
be a kid.
Just to be a kid.
I would say that too. That's a very great answer. I didn't think about that, but the only thing I would say that's different is what I did as a child versus what our kids can do now. The world is so different. So if we could take that little part out, it would be so perfect.
Even if it's just being a kid at home.
That would work.
Even because that's like, I could go outside if I want to jump on the trampoline, if I want to swing, if I want to play on the Xbox, if I just want to go in the refrigerator and read it. With, what repercussions? Don't eat that. Okay. It's hot outside. I got water. But just to have no worries other than being a kid.
And please tell me to go to bed. Okay.
Yeah. Nap time, great. What time? I'm there. Yeah, for sure.
Perfect. Again, Bella, thank you so much for being here. Thank you again for the opportunity of allowing me to share your story and help bring awareness to anyone who, if they need your services for angels. Is there anything else about your organization that you think we did not discuss that you want to share?
I think, the biggest thing is, again, it's I don't want you to need me, but I'm here if you do. Don't hesitate to reach out. Don't think you'll ever be judged, because I'm not one to judge you. I get it. I understand from my daughter's, watching my daughter. You're no different than anyone else who's had a loss, except our losses are very early in life, whereas most people's are not. Yeah. So just know you're not alone. Please don't feel like you're alone. Contact us either Facebook or, through email. If you want to talk, we'll talk. But I appreciate you, doing this on this platform and letting people know, it's okay. Just know it's part of life, unfortunately. And, just, you're not alone. If you need us, contact us. We're here.
And again, we'll put all of our information in the description for you guys. Is there anything else you want to share?
No, I appreciate this very much.
Okay.
Thank you.
No problem. I'm so happy that you came. All right, guys, thank you so much. I hope that you enjoyed this episode. Thank you for tuning in. If you would like to share a story, please contact me. Have a seat in the chair with me, and let's talk for 30. Bye.
Let's talk for 30. Where you at on your journey? Tell me what you learning. What's your line of business? How you make your earnings? Do you give back to your city or educate the ones that listen? Time to show them how to get it. Give the people what they missing. Let's talk for 30. Let's talk for 30. Let's talk for 30. Let's talk for 30. What's your line of business? How you make your earnings? Let's talk for 30. Drina. Let's talk for 30. Where you at on your journey? Tell me what you learning. What's your line of business? How you make your earnings? Do you give back to your city or educate the ones that listen? Time to show them how to